triggered this entire enterprise? This is the second one that you're releasing. Why this index?
If you look at the sustainability threats that we face as a country, it has become imperative for us to start looking internally, because if you don't start now, a time will come where we will be forced to find a way to raise money to manage this country. In fact, if you look at between 2021
aren't we there already?
Well, to some extent, because
our budgets are always tied to the apron strings of
I agree with you.
Our debt to GDP. Aren't we there already?
Yeah, I think we are there, but the opportunities available for us to correct them are available, and there are many. And if you sit down and look at how far we are from our sustainable development goals, and that we need to raise about $43 billion annually if we can prosecute all those goals. And if you look at the gap, financing gap of over $437 billion, it tells us that it has become imperative for us to start looking within. Where are the leakages? And you know, there's been always a complaint by government that we are not raising enough revenue. And if you check the statistics, our revenue has peaked around $9.8 billion since 2018. And the government intends to raise more even in 2022, if you look at the revenue projections of 100 billion Ghana cedis. That notwithstanding, we believe that there are still opportunities within our MDAs where we are losing a lot that we are not paying attention to. So what the Fiscal Recklessness Index does is it critically examines the financial performance, or let me say the financial irregularities of ministries, departments, and agencies, particularly because the overarching aim of our PFM is to deliver quality service. And that if spending institutions or MDAs are not being efficient in the use of the meager public funds, then the service that we are looking for, we are not going to get that. So this actually gauges the efficiency of the overall PFM in addressing the pitfalls in the management of public funds. And the first one, we looked at the period between 2010 and 2014. So this is actually looking at between 2015 and 2020. And it's very interesting that anytime the Fiscal Recklessness Index has been launched, an old PFM reform program is exiting and a new one is coming on board. In fact, the 2014 one, the 2016 one ended a period where we're about to start a new PFM framework. And now this one comes at a time where the government also wants to implement another PFM reform between 2022 and 2025. So it gives us some sort of time to reflect on how far we have come. If MDAs are losing such huge amount of money, and if you try to look at the irregularities between 2015 and 2020 and compare it to the budget of the Education Ministry in 2021, it's almost the same. So the irregularities of MDAs over a 5-year period can finance a whole ministry. And it is shocking that even least irregularity typologies like contract, where we wasted about 386 million over the period, it can finance it could finance the budget of the Ministry of Gender in 2019. And even finance the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program about 2 times. So it tells us that
even finance the e-levy by about twice.
Yes, I mean, if you look at the amount we have lost, almost 14 billion. Government expect about 6.8 billion from the e-levy. It means that it's more like twice of the e-levy. And so it tells us that there are opportunities for us to block the leakages, efficiently use the monies that we raise, and ensure that we cut some of the increasing in debts that we are accumulating. So this gives us time to reflect internally and look at how we can address the pitfalls in our public financial management.